Welcome to the Thesis Statements and Topic Sentences workshop presented by the Writing Center at Trident Technical College. We hope that you will find this presentation helpful as you craft your academic essays. Before we focus on thesis statements, let's begin with a quick review of the writing process. When you are working on an essay, keep in mind that there are three major components or parts to writing a paper. The first component is invention, the gathering or creation of ideas. You will do this by researching information and then analyzing it. The next stage is arrangement. This is when you organize your thoughts and information into the structure that fits the purpose of your document. Some writers will find that an outline helps them to organize the information before they write the first draft. Almost all academic writing will include a thesis statement as well as topic sentences. Finally, there is the elocution, or the expression of ideas. This is how you say what you say. Once you are finished with a draft, you will revise and proofread it to be sure that your sentence structure allows the paragraphs to flow smoothly, that you have used the proper grammar and punctuation, and that you have chosen words or vocabulary that fits the paper's purpose and audience. Now we move on to the focus of this presentation. When you are given an assignment, you might be told to address a particular subject or topic, or you may be able to choose your own. In either case, a subject or topic is really the concepts you study or learn about in college. These may be people, places, events, theories, or ideas. Academic topics can be found in the index of your textbook or on the class syllabus. Some examples include Catherine the Great, the Ottoman Empire, the War of 1812, the New Deal, monotheism, or the Gold Rush. Do not confuse the topic of your paper with the thesis statement. This statement is the main point or central idea that will be proven in your essay. It is an idea or a question of fact, definition, quality, or policy that can be argued. But before you decide on your claim, you must do a few things. First, you should read your instructions directions for the particular assignment or essay. Be sure to understand what topics you are allowed or encouraged to research, and the essay's purpose, audience, and tone. Then spend some time engaged in some preliminary research on your particular topic. Be sure to refer to your class notes, your textbook, and a variety of sources, both print and online, to learn more about your subject. Once you have some background knowledge, it will be easier to think about its significance and what you want to say about it. Now it's time to draft your preliminary thesis statement. This is a simple declarative sentence that presents your subject and the position you are going to argue in the paper. The thesis statement will be written in third person. This means that the words I or you will not appear in the statement. Remember, this is just your preliminary thesis statement. It's a jumping off point for your research. You may revise it multiple times as you gather more information and think critically about your subject. Once you have written your first complete rough draft, be sure to go back and check that the thesis statement fits the information you have presented. Remember, you are always welcome to reach out to the tutors at the Writing Center. We are happy to review your statement to be sure that it is clear, that it addresses your assignment's purpose, and that it is supported by the evidence in your paper. So let's try this together. Let's say your History 101 instructor tells you that you must write a 5-page informational paper on any topic. Since you just heard that crazy commercial on the radio about buying gold coins, the gold rush pops into your head. So off you go to the library to collect some information. On this slide, you see some of the notes you gather while you research. The gold rush occurred in California from 1849 to 1855. James Marshall and John Sutter owners of a sawmill, were the first to discover gold. After their find, a surge of people, approximately 300,000, traveled by land and boat to get to California. These new miners were given the name the 49ers. Many of the miners were foreigners who immigrated from Latin America, China, and Europe. They were forced to learn how to pan for gold and how to live together. As a result of this influx of people, violence and disease spread throughout the territory, and the native people were forced to move. The miners found gold today that would be worth tens of billions of dollars. As the towns in California grew, the costs soared. With all of that wealth, California quickly became a state. The industrialization of mining technology caused many miners to lose their dreams of wealth. Now that you know all of this, you might ask yourself, so what is the significance of the California gold rush? Well, it could be increased wealth or economic growth, population diversity and growth, as well as the movement to make California a state. Now, it's time to take that information and draft a thesis statement. If you started a statement like, the gold rush of the 1850s impacted the California territory, you would actually be creating a factual statement. Remember, you need to make a claim or take a stance. Let's say you added the word negatively to that statement. The gold rush of the 1850s negatively impacted the native population of the California territory. That's much better. You have answered a question of quality. So now think about how or why did the gold rush have that negative impact? Well, you could say the gold rush of the 1850s caused an influx of foreigners, environmental contamination, and a skyrocketing cost of living, which negatively impacted the native population. Or, in the 1850s, the native population of California was negatively impacted by the influx of foreign peoples, the skyrocketing cost of living, and the environmental contamination caused by the gold rush. In each case, you have identified the topic, the gold rush, given it some context, California, 1850s, and made a claim about the question of quality, that the gold rush had a negative impact on the population. Now, let's move on to topic sentences. In most expository academic papers, you will write to inform, to persuade, to describe, to instruct, or to analyze. In these essays, it will be expected that you organize ideas into multiple paragraphs. Each paragraph will have one topic and will usually begin with a topic sentence that introduces the topic or main idea. In a way, the topic sentence acts like a mini thesis statement. So, how do you write a topic sentence? First, think about the main topic or subject of the paragraph. Then, select a strong action verb that tells what the subject is doing. Finally, add words or phrases that provide context. Remember, you must tell your reader what to expect next. So, let's go back to our example of a gold rush. If in one paragraph you were writing about the basic living costs and that they increased, you could write a topic sentence that says, the flood of foreign miners caused basic living costs, such as shelter and food, to soar. This tells the reader that they are going to be learning about how and why basic living costs increased for the native peoples of California. Remember, all of the information in a paragraph should relate to the topic sentence. If the information strays or goes off topic, start a new paragraph with a new topic sentence. Sometimes you will find that it is easier if you write the body of your paragraph first, then go back and write the topic sentence. Once your entire essay is drafted, read your thesis statement and the topic sentences out loud. They should flow together smoothly and provide a blueprint or map for the entire essay. If you think about it, the thesis statement and the topic sentences act like directions. If you have been assigned a literary analysis essay, you will follow a similar procedure. Before you write your thesis statement, you are going to want to be sure that you understand the assignment directions, have read the assigned text a few times, slowly and critically, and that you understand the literary concepts that you will be discussing in your essay. It may help you if you find some outside sources to dig deeper into the author's purpose, the text, the meaning, the history, and the culture. Then, when you write your statement, be sure that it is an analytical, precisely worded sentence that states your interpretation of the text. Be sure to include the title and author of the text. Remember, you must be able to support your thesis with quotes or evidence from the text, so go back and read it one more time. Here are some examples of basic thesis statements that you can craft when writing about literature. In Barn Burning, William Faulkner shows that the characters Sardie and Abner Snopes struggling for their identity. In Youth, Joseph Conrad uses the sea as a unifying device for setting, structure, and theme. Edgar Allan Poe effectively uses the symbolism of the stranger, the clock, and the seventh room to develop the theme of death in The Mask of the Red Death. Finally, John Updike develops his characters in A and P through his use of figurative language. Finally, please remember that the Writing Center at Trident Technical College is available for all students. You may stop by for free in-person tutoring during our office hours, or you may reach us online through our Talk Chat feature or through email. Please consult our webpage for more information. Please know that our mission is to help you become a confident, skilled writer.